let me show you how we can complete the initial configuration on the Motorola Edge 70 Pro. So once you turn on the phone, you can of course choose the language in case it has been chosen incorrectly. You also have some vision settings if you need to go through them. And once you're ready, just tap on the start button here in the bottom right corner. Then you can set up using another device. If you have your previous device, if you want to immediately transfer some data, you can easily do so with this menu over here. You can choose Android or iPhone or iPad depending on what you had previously. Now in my case, I'm gonna perform a clean setup, which means that I'm gonna skip this option by tapping on skip in the bottom left corner. Then we can connect to Wi-Fi, so of course you can search for your Wi-Fi in here on this list. You can also add a new network over here in case you want to use the QR code scanner for your Wi-Fi. You can also use mobile network for setup if you have mobile data, of course. And you can set up offline if you want to. And in my case, I'm gonna connect to Wi-Fi. And then we should be able to continue. You might need to wait a couple of seconds before you can move on. And then we have privacy and security options. So of course you can check them out and you can decide what should be enabled and what should not be enabled. In my case, I'm gonna disable these two options over here. And I'm gonna enable optimize battery use and smart updates. And then we want to scroll all the way down and choose to accept and continue. Of course, in your case, you can select different options. It's up to you what you want to agree to. And yeah, it's just personal, of course, choice. Then over here, we can choose who are we setting up this phone for. So in my case, it's for myself. So let's continue. And then you can assign into your Google account. So you should be able to tap on next and then continue if you have the option to do so. You can just simply follow the instructions. And this usually involves the phone number. So if you have a phone number associated with your Google account, you should be able to easily sign in. But if you skip, then of course you should be able to still sign in, but in the more traditional way. So with your email or Gmail address and the password, for example. Or you can just create a completely new account. Or you can skip the sign in process if you don't want to sign into a Google account just yet. And then we're gonna select that we agree to Google Terms of Service if you decided to sign in to your account. Afterwards, you should be able to set up the screen lock password for your phone. So you can either set up a PIN or you can tap on more unlock options here to choose a different password type. What you can also do is you can skip completely the password setup if you don't want to set up the password just yet. In my case, I'm just gonna skip. I don't need a password right now. Then over here we have the option to copy apps and data, so you can also use the Google Backup. So if you use Google Backup on your previous device, if you go next, then you should be able to choose the backup that you want to load up on your phone. But like I said, I want to perform a clean setup, so I'm just gonna tap on do it later over here and then confirm my choice. Then we have a couple of Google services that you can easily toggle. And in my case, I'm gonna turn off two options, the phone number verification, and this is of course optional like everything else in here. It's up to you what you want to agree to use or what should be enabled. However, one thing that I can recommend you to do is turn off allow scanning over here. This is for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth networks. And this is because if it's disabled, then you can actually save the battery a little bit. So you should be able to have a slightly better battery life, and in fact this option does not have to be enabled all the time to be able to use, for example, Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. You can still use these features without any issues whatsoever. It's just that some apps or sometimes the phone needs to use Wi-Fi or Bluetooth scanning for some reason. And if it does, then you are informed about it and you have the option to quickly turn it on. So then you can of course enable it temporarily and then turn it back off. And trust me, it doesn't have to be enabled all the time. So we just don't have to agree to use it. But it's of course, after all, up to you if you want to use it or not. Then we have the option to back up your data. So we have photos and videos and other device data, all of which is listed over here. And you can decide, for example, which things should be included by tapping on the checkbox. And if you want to, of course, create a backup regularly, then you can turn on backup over here by using this button. In my case, I don't use backups, so I'm just gonna tap on don't backup over here. Then we have the option to choose our default browser and search engine that we are going to use at the beginning of this, at the beginning of our usage of the phone. So if you go next, then you need to choose one of these browsers. And of course, the list is quite long, so you can probably find your favorite browser. But if you don't have any favorite browser, or if you don't know anything about browsers, I think the most popular choice is Google Chrome, so you can just pick that and you will be probably happy with that choice. Then we have the search engine list, and in this case, of course, the most popular choice is Google. So we're gonna select it. I'm gonna set as default. Of course, in your case, you can choose your own browser and search engine. It's up to you which one you want to use. And of course, you can always change that later on if you, for example, download a different browser or if you set up a different search engine. Then we can continue setup, and in this case, if you continue, you will have a couple of additional information and settings related to Google services. But if you leave and get reminder, of course, you might still see some options and setup related to Motorola itself. So I'm just gonna tap on continue to show you what is afterwards, but if you want to, you can skip that. You can decide by yourself. And over here we have the information about QuickShare, so of course you can agree to use QuickShare pretty much straight away, but if you don't agree to use it, that is completely fine. Later on, if you change your mind, you can still activate QuickShare, you can still use it without any issues whatsoever. Then we have a little bit of information about Gemini, that is how you can use it. And in fact, we can set up the Hey Google voice command. So if you want to do that, you can just tap on the turn on and then you will begin the setup. If you didn't set up Hey Google before on your Google account, you will have a quick configuration where you will have to say 4 sentences out loud and just follow that, just say those sentences that you will see on the screen and you should be able to easily set it up. In my case, I do not use Hey Google, so there's no reason for me to use it, so I'm just gonna tap on no thanks. Then also you can set up Google Pay, so you can add your credit or debit card to your Motorola Edge 70 Pro and then you should be able to pay with your phone. But of course you can also do that later if you don't want to use your time for this right now. Then you can later on use the Google Wallet app, for example, to set up the same thing and you should be able to use the phone to pay with it without any problems. So in my case I'm gonna skip, I don't want to do that right now. Then over here we have additional apps for review, and unfortunately, even though it says for review, these apps that we can see over here cannot be actually excluded. I mean, they are going to be installed no matter what, so this is pretty much the phone telling you that, hey, we are going to install this bloatware. So yeah, we just can tap on OK and that's all. So we just continue. Then we have the option to stay up to date with Motorola news, so if you want to know more about new products, events, and so on. And then of course you can sign up. I don't want to receive this kind of mail, so I'm just gonna skip. I'm gonna also disable push notifications, I don't need them. Then we have the option to use live lock screen, also known as dynamic wallpaper or wallpaper carousel. I think it's more known as a wallpaper carousel actually. And this feature allows you to see a different wallpaper every time you open the lock screen. Some people like it, I assume. Some people prefer to have just one lock screen wallpaper all the time. So if you like to have just one wallpaper of your choice, then you can turn this option off and you can continue. But of course you can just keep this option enabled if you are curious how it looks like, for example, or if you are a fan of this feature. Then over here we have the option to choose the navigation style. If you want to use buttons or gestures, then you can decide over here. You can also change the button order, so you can have the back button on the right side instead of the left side. And then we're gonna go next. Then we have the theme selection, so you can immediately choose light or dark theme, or you can choose transition, so the phone automatically switches between light and dark. And let's go next. Then we have parental controls, which you can set up if you need to. In my case, I'm gonna be using the smartphone, so I don't need parental controls, so I'm just gonna skip. And that is pretty much all. Now we can just tap on finish. There is also a little bit of information about the Motorola experience, I guess, so you can see some of the tips, which you can of course check out if you are interested. If not, then you can just tap on go to my home screen immediately to just jump to the home screen. Actually not, there's more things that we can of course go through. Discover new apps, which is another bloatware. You can, for example, disable this option if you want to share app usage and diagnostics. You can just skip that if you want to, you can close it. I'm just gonna tap on continue just to show you how it looks like. But over here, as you can see, we have a bunch of bloatware that unfortunately we have to manually uncheck so that they will not be installed. You have to be careful if you don't want these things to be installed for you. There's also more stuff in here, which I'm gonna uncheck because we don't need any of these games. At least in my case, I don't need it. And then we can just simply skip that. And there we go. That is pretty much it. Now you have access to the home screen. You should be able to easily use your phone. You can do whatever you want now. But if you're looking for some tips on what you can do at first on Motorola Edge 70 Pro, what you can consider doing before you actually start using your phone, then you can check out my video over here. And that is pretty much it. Leave a like and subscribe.